It's episode 138 of Inane Blather. We've made it this far.
Oh.
And yeah. Cool story, bro. 138. Even cooler story. It's my favorite number. But you all know that about me. 138 is my favorite number. It's also my vertical leap. Everyone knows that.
In millimeters?
138 millimeters, that's right.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Yep. I do 13.8 centimeters. That's right. But Inane Blather is back with Gavin and
hey, Lil Gav.
Yes, with Lil Gav joining from the Headstrong Jerks. We are going to get right into it tonight with
they're calling it 9/11, but good.
Yeah. And at the end, they're going to say,
this is lit.
But really, it doesn't matter how this turns out, you know. It doesn't matter how the intro goes. I'm totally at a loss here. It doesn't matter how the outro goes. It doesn't matter how the middle goes, because all of it will seem fine to the mindless, brainless horde of wandering,
headstrong, stubborn, quibbling, self-centered, vindictive, obnoxious, hormonal, sexually preoccupied, evil, thieving, cross-dressing jerks
that we call our friends and our listeners, our lovers,
our loved ones.
Yes.
Yeah,
our loved ones. Oh, I think my sound's a little loud there. I'm gonna have to adjust that in post.
Fix it in post.
Yeah, exactly. So, Lil Gav, we're really happy to have you back. We'd give you a little bit more of an intro, but we have to get straight into what we were just talking about before the show went on. I had to make an important announcement to the podcasting community at large, to our
headstrong, stubborn, quibbling,
yada yada yada, you know, and let everyone know that I, in fact, am the one that stole Christy Gnome's purse. Even though
you're the booze hound, or no? She was the booze hound, right? Who's booze hound?
See, that's how I tried to throw everyone off my trail, because I haven't drank in 6 years. But well, almost. I'm rounding up here, but
we do. You know, that's fine.
That's the New York Post seems to think that I'm a what was the word, Natalie? A booze hound, immigrant,
brazen booze hound. You are the gnome criminal, which is a fun play, of course. New York Post famous for that kind of stuff, but this is nypost.com. Boom, front page. A gnome criminal. Illegal migrant accused of snatching Christy Gnome's Gucci purse was free after similar crime in NYC last month.
What?
So there's like, you know,
they have to specify Gucci purse.
Oh, yeah. So the tagline of this, you know, for me to click on: brazen illegal migrant boozed with Christy Gnome's credit card at Italian eatery after snatching her Gucci purse. Pics show. So then...
Pics?
Okay. First line in this again. The booze hound illegal migrant who snatched Department of Homeland Security Secretary Christy Gnome's Gucci purse brazenly drank for hours with her Amex card at an Italian eatery after pulling off the caper, according to shocking details released by the feds. So this is a big story.
How do you brazenly drink for hours?
Yeah.
Unless it's like...
this is my credit card.
Unless it's like on the street, you know? Like in front of like a no drinking sign or something like that. Like, how do you...
That's brazen.
I mean, I guess, you know, I guess maybe because you're drinking on someone else's credit card on camera, but I mean, I don't know. Like we were saying, people get their credit cards stolen. It happens.
Yeah, to call it a caper, I think is a bit much. It's like some planned out. Like, so someone snatched. Oh yeah, because part of this thing, she has $3,000 in cash in her purse.
Yeah.
So, said this guy was caught on camera
as people
blowing.
do.
Yeah, blowing $205.87 on food and alcohol at Angolo Ristorante Italiano in Washington, D.C.
Oh, I've been there.
On April 20th, just minutes after he slyly made off with her shoulder bag, charging documents from the U.S. Attorney's Office of D.C. show. It's like, man, it really has to go up because she's an official, because you got the AG involved because you got your purse stolen, and it has pictures, and it shows suspect
the
one,
person
suspect
who
three. It's
stole
like
this
the whole
purse is
crime
like,
scene.
oh fuck! I thought,
Yeah, I don't know. I have no fucking idea who you are.
exactly.
It said other images. Let's see, had $3,000 in cash and the DHS honcho's ID and passport. Okay, from under her feet at the Capitol Burger around 8 p.m., where she was enjoying an Easter dinner with her family at Capitol Burger. No shade, but you're a bad mom. So.
No shade, but fuck you, dumb bitch. No,
I think, yeah, you got your purse stolen from under your feet. That's amazing.
Weird.
So
yeah, they put together, the people who steal your stuff by matching up the transactions with cameras, because we live in a state of constant surveillance now, right? Like just a fucking bar or some Italian eatery has fucking cameras everywhere. So it's like, that's how they do this. So it's like, did they figure out like how her bag got stolen? Like,
okay, there's a twist.
Okay.
There's a twist here. Because I am reading this and I'm like, oh, this was just the last of 4 heists he pulled off in 8 days around the nation's capital.
Damn.
In other incidents, a couple different places in DC.
Maybe he's looking for a payday like this.
In other incidents, he demonstrated sticky-fingered prowess by slyly approaching his victims and slipping bags from their chairs, or using his legs to covertly inch their belongings closer to him. So he's just like, it was like a caper. Maybe they're right. That is some good reporting, because he was actually going around and
Old
stealing.
School.
I'm like, hell yeah.
Yeah. I mean, of course. I do not condone
for a regular
person on
Don't
person
steal
stealing people's bags.
If you see that it is Kristi Noem, that's fine.
Who gives a
but
shit?
Yeah, who gives? But don't do that. But I think it is funny that this is what it is. Other purchases appear to be gift cards, like besides going to dinner, gift cards worth hundreds of dollars, and hotel rooms at Motel 6 and Quality Inn. At the Quality Inn on April 14th, he got into a fight with staff after he was found drunk on the premises and refused to return to his room. Yeah, there it is.
See, that's like my experience with brazen drinking. See, it's the type where you get in a fight with the staff at a Quality Inn, you know?
In the alleged theft of Noem's bag, he appeared to pull on all the tricks he'd practiced in the preceding days. He positioned himself in a seat near Noem at the restaurant and drew her designer bag towards him with his leg. Once it was within reach, he quickly snatched it and hid it under his coat before leaving. Nice. The heist was pulled off while Noem was under the protection of the Secret Service.
Wow! Whoa! Damn.
Mm-hmm.
These guys
so he's like,
stink.
And maybe he's pretty slick. Don't steal from working class people. Fuck Kristi Noem. I don't care if your purse got stolen. But I would be
weirdo. But
there's no way I would ever get my purse stolen, because I actually carry stuff. I mean, that's victim blaming, but I feel like her, especially, someone being really, people can like grab your purse when you're like unaware or whatever. Mm-hmm. But I feel like her especially, she would just be like not paying attention to it. She has like Secret Service around her. Sure. I bet she really isn't like thinking, what is she like gotten her? What is it? She's like, oh, do you need a napkin or something? Yeah, I'm sure she's that kind of woman who's gonna like offer up stuff inside her
She has
purse to other people.
$3,000 in cash. Yeah, that's what she's. That's why she has $3,000 in cash. Hey, do you need a napkin? And she just pulls out a 20.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
She's like, where are all my napkins?
Sorry, that's the toilet paper.
My Andrew Jackson napkins. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. No, that is I mean, I feel like a place like that with high level officials, it seems just like strange for just like people. I mean, he was suspicious enough to steal 4 purses in like 8 days for them to just be around there. It seems like a really like uptight place to be in these, like, what is she like in some shitty diner? I don't think so anyways, but it's just interesting. I can't really tell, these pictures are so zoomed in, but maybe it is a shitty diner. Maybe that's where she goes for Easter.
Capital Burger.
Oh, I can't hear you.
Yeah, what's going on?
What just happened?
Hello.
There we go.
There we go. Yeah.
Okay. I was saying that I had actually already pulled up the menu and was like looking at
I
it.
was
Nice.
just thinking about
Is it
Googling
shitty
it.
food?
I was thinking.
No, I mean it looks fine.
Not
It just
shitty,
looks like
but
I was thinking it'd be funny if just all the reviews were like, I got my shit stolen. Like every time I go there, my wallet gets taken. I lost my Gucci purse. I'm thinking about leaving a review. No, no,
I
nothing
feel like that's
against the
probably
burger place.
There has to be at least a couple of them.
But yeah, I mean,
I feel like that is, you know what? That is brazen. You stole the purse of a woman who had Secret Service
Yes.
around her. There's got to be
That's-
easier options. But you know what? That's the kind of woman who carries $3,000 in cash in her purse. Like a fucking out of touch, fucking insane person. What are
Yeah.
you doing?
what
are you doing?
You're buying a used
Carrying that
car?
around? Yeah. I don't think that's what, like, I mean, like, you're just like going, I don't know.
She's buying cocaine. That's what she's doing. But yeah, that's the thing. It totally eliminates like the joke that I was gonna make before about like, yeah, you know, someone just not realizing that they're hitting the jackpot because she just looks like any other dumb white lady, you know. Just in DC, and then just being like, "Oh shit!" Now the freaking attorney general is after me.
Yeah.
And so like, "Oh no!"
And there was $3,000 in cash.
I'm on the front page of the New York Times or New York Post, and like, yeah, it's like, "Oh crap!" But
It's
it's
gonna be like
no.
a act of terrorism,
Yeah.
felony.
But
Yeah.
instead, no, it kind of puts all that away because you did it while the Secret Service was there. Like,
I have
They're
to
worth every
imagine.
penny.
I have to imagine that they weren't like right next to
Yeah.
her during dinner.
They're just
like that they
in the
were like at the
restaurant.
doors or like in the restaurant or like behind the
They're
booth.
like, I don't give a shit. This is Christine.
And then
Nome.
some dude just probably walked out with a purse and they're like, fucking.
yeah.
I've never seen that purse before in my life.
Yeah. No, they're like me. They're like, ew, ugly Gucci purse. I'm a Birkin boy. Yeah.
Yeah.
I would
Yeah, there's like 2 of them. We're Birkin boys.
Birkin
and they
boys.
just like high five.
Yeah, exactly.
That's why
You're a
they're the
Birkin
guys.
boy? I'm a Birkin boy. Yeah.
That's why they were assigned to Christy Nome.
Birkin or
Like,
bust.
you know, they're not their best and brightest, I don't think, for her.
Also, I have no idea how it works, but I have to imagine that she probably doesn't get like too many Secret Service members with her, like maybe 2 or
No,
something.
I think literally any is too many. So I think it's no.
Yeah.
I think she gets too many. No. Actually,
Yeah, I wonder what their detail is.
yeah, actually I do kind of wonder because she is one of those kind of public trying to be so public and like going to the border and putting on a fucking vest and like wanting to personally deport
She's so
people
cool.
and be a fucking fascist and stuff, like obviously wants to like be some sort of face of the Republican Party and stuff. I don't know if she wants to be president someday or whatever, but she's disgusting. I know that. I don't know if that like that's maybe it's one of those purposeful things. You get that shoot a puppy in the face story out of the way early, purposefully, because then no one cares by the time you run for president 12 years later or whatever it is, something like that. So
why do these? It feels like wouldn't it just be easier to be a business person? Like, what is so? I don't know. There must be a lot of money to be made in politics. What am I about to say? Like the most basic, unoriginal thing ever. But
especially
because,
like if you're corrupt, like it's crazy, bro.
yeah, it seems like a really easy way to make money. No, but it seems hard to be a politician. Like, why do these people even want to do this job? Like, I guess
Power.
I'm really underestimating the power that you have to give yourself things and have connections and be important or whatever. But it feels just like, man, like that's Christy Nome. I'm like, what do you care about at all? Like, you're not like a real person. You're not like why would you want to run for president?
Yeah.
Which you have like obviously some sort of your career in mind or whatever. You like are someone who's like wants to be speaking for the American people. Who do you represent? Like, what are you? Who are you as a person? And why do you want to be a public servant?
Evergreen. It's just evergreen. The Zaphod Beeblebrox, thing. The Douglas Adams quote is funny, but so true always. I don't know if you have it, but let's see. Douglas Adams.
Those
president.
who seek power are the least suited to
the major problem,
have it or whatever.
one of the major problems, for there are several, one of the many major problems with governing people is that of whom you get to do it, or rather of who manages to get people to let them do it to them. To summarize, it is a well-known fact that those people who must want to rule people are ipso facto those least suited to do it. To summarize the summary, anyone who is capable of getting themselves made president should on no account be allowed to do the job. And it's so true. It's like, if you're the type of person who wants to and can become president, like, you're not a normal fucking person. And it's just, because any normal person can't just normally get into that position. It's like some sort of being there times Forrest Gump type of character, is the only way you get a normal person there.
Actually, they say, and it's part of maybe his like mythology or whatever, and you can set aside a lot of these things we know about George Washington, is he was actually kind of like a reluctant president. Mm-hmm. He didn't necessarily want that kind of power, and did, as we all know, step down. He could have been president for the rest of his life. He was extremely popular. He was like a true leader, and was known to like really listen to other people's opinions, and was like kind of serious, not like out here, like not commanding attention by yelling or having like a very strong personality in that way, like a strong presence, like a calm demeanor, and like an understanding and like a humility about like what it means to have that kind of
power,
like position.
Yeah.
And
I
think that's the last time we ever had it.
And it's funny because it's the only time, well, not the only time, but it's a time where someone literally just did not have to campaign to become president. Didn't have to be like, me, make me president.
Me.
It was like,
me. Yeah.
Nominated, just like he was made president, and so it was like, okay, well, please, this is a really overwhelming, huge deal. He wasn't an idiot, is the thing. So it's like, of course, he saw how crazy just the power, and obviously like his place in history. Like you would have to see that at the time. It's like, well, I'm the first one. So it's like you'd have to do it right, you know? It's like don't fuck this up, man. But it's like that would be, unless you were the type of person who Douglas Adams is talking about, you know,
That's like
you would be
Napoleon,
like George Washington.
you know, like how they get to these positions, and it's like, and but then you have the
Napoleon,
opportunity to really put it into practice, and you don't. You become a lot of times like more like a dictator, you know, and take away, you know, you're not standing by. Oh. Umberto's like,
Oh, I was just going to make a joke. I was
Talking
going to say,
about
what is that,
dictatorship, like-
Umberto? Because
it is. They
it was
just called in here with
Marcel
little
in the background.
or macaron or whatever this is. But anyways, dictators. Yeah, my partner loves me. No. But George Washington. Hey, whatever. Everyone. Yeah, he's complicated. But
Sure.
that's just true. He could have grasped onto power, as so many leaders in so many revolutions have done, and he didn't. He was like really like, all right, like, and had just like it was a humility. That's what is like really necessary in good leadership, and that's what's hard to find is like having that kind of, I feel like some type of like almost innate personality about like not letting confidence like expand your ego so much that you become an idiot because you think you can never be wrong. Like George Washington's like going away farewell speech was like, I'm sure I made so many mistakes, you know, and I hope you can look kindly on the work that I've done, knowing that I did it like with good intention and like with you.
I'm just thinking of Donald Trump.
I don't know. Really.
Never admit mistakes.
Humility? What even does that mean in the current like American political system?
Humility, it's pretty much the same word as humiliation. Why do you think those are almost the same? It's the same thing. It's just
that's why I'll never do it.
Yeah, exactly. It's humiliating. As far as I know, they're the same word. I'm the first one to say that. They're the same thing.
Hillary Clinton.
Hillary Clinton. Oh God. That's
all
too
the worst
good for
words
him.
start with that.
Yes.
Yeah, he would find a way. He'd rip that out, and he'd be like, "Oh, it's kind of funny."
That's really funny.
Yeah, exactly. All right.
Why couldn't he just be like
Term
a
number
roast
3.
comedian or something? Damn it! I was gonna vote no. Vote no, and then he did the Hillary Clinton. And
Hillary Clinton.
And I was like,
that's way better than
I gotta get more. I gotta get more of those.
Yeah, because we're getting to like heat death of the earth and all this stuff. I want more Hillary Clinton. Yeah. So speaking of, did you? Someone told me this today. Did you see this stupid? I mean, kind of this stupid random quote from him today.
Oh God.
In the Atlantic. Says, I run the country and the world, Donald Trump says in Atlantic interview. He declared...
I knew he did an Atlantic interview because I want to say I saw it on Fox News while I was at the gym, and it's always on.
Ugh.
And I was really interested to see what... I don't even want to talk about it. I want to go complain, but Umberto's like, don't do that.
Don't be that. Don't be that person.
Just like, yeah. And I'm like, but what the fuck? Like, but I will. But anyways, so I've been very interested to hear about. I just saw it on the Lower Chiron. Fox News.
Quote: the first time I had 2 things to do: run the country and survive. I had all these crooked guys. Trump said in the interview. I had all these crooked... What? Your guys? What the fuck are you talking about? And the second time, I run the country and the world. My first reaction when I was told this was like, so wait a minute. So why weren't you running the world the first time? Like,
You're just trying to survive,
All the-
man.
I
all
was
the-
like-
all the corrupt guys.
I was like, yeah, I get, but I mean, so did Joe Biden do this for you or something? Like something happened in between these two. Like now suddenly, because my first thought is like, when I first hear this, like I run the country and the world, it's like, yeah, it's America. Like, I mean, maybe 20 years ago, sure. Yeah. It's like, but it's, we're kind of losing it, man. I mean, you're barely figuring this out. Like, come on. They call you leader of the free world, moron. But now he's like, I didn't before, but I do now. I'm like, what? What are you talking about? Well, you just didn't have time before? You were dealing with all these crooked guys? It's like, I had all that world stuff.
Because he was in court all the time.
Oh, yeah.
You know, because he
You got
kept getting like
impeached twice.
impeached and yeah, it was like COVID and all this kind of crap or whatever. And he's like, now I can focus on my plan for world domination. And I think we're cool to say that. Yeah, okay, we're gonna say that. Yeah, I run the world and I'm actually going to continue until I die. Because I'm just like George Washington. You know what? I'm better than George Washington, actually. Because I'm not
with Russia
humiliating myself by stepping down as, you know, a leader and, you know, sticking to these values. That's humiliating. That comes from humility.
Yeah.
Then that's like
That's
humility Clinton.
That's something
Yeah.
Hillary Clinton would do.
Yeah.
That's what she did in 2016. Even though she had way more votes than me, suddenly he admits she had way more votes than me, and she still conceded.
Totally should have won that.
What a
Isn't that
stupid
crazy
bitch.
that I won? Even though, yeah. It's like, if I would have won by 3 million votes, you think I would have given that up? Hell no. He's like, electoral college, what? Like, what an idiot.
He's like, what an ass backwards way of electing a president. But, let's see. What was I going to say? Shoot. But, world domination, Donald Trump, crap. Well, he stinks. Oh, yeah. So
He stinks on ice.
yeah, so it's saying he, ew, God. This USA Today article. They just try to be so middle of the road. So, it says, he has pushed back. Okay. It can't, I have to come back to where it was because it's so full of fucking ads. Every time I pick the phone back up, it's in a different spot on the fucking page. God. It came as his approval rating has taken a considerable hit, falling to 39% in a new poll from the Washington Post, ABC News, and Ipsos. So, and yeah, so it's finally been really falling, and that's the thing. Pessimistic, general leftist as I am, my first reaction to that, of course, is, God, the Democrats stink. It's like, should be taking massive advantage of this from day one. But, I mean, some of it, they have been kind of pushing the narrative. It's just that, by hammering on some of this deportation stuff really does kind of help. I remember Hassan Piker was talking about it and was saying, man, I'm kind of surprised that as long as they keep kind of bringing this up as like free speech issues, people being deported for free speech, and stuff like that, being sent to prisons in El Salvador, like that finally kind of shifts the narrative, like keeps that in the news. Like, this is how you do it. This is what people have been arguing about since like before Joe Biden stepped out of the race, where it's like liberals like would just make excuses about, well, what are we going to do? We're trying our best. We can only do so much. The Republicans have control of this. They have control of that. It's like, no, you have to have control of the narrative. You have to be talking about A, B, and C enough so that ABC is talking about it. Okay, so that so ABC and MSNBC is talking about it. And so finally it's happening, because that's the thing when these idiotic. The problem is that leadership still doesn't seem to be on board. Chuck Schumer sucks my stanky balls. The guy stinks on ice. And the reaction of you look at the polling, we got to go with what the people want. They want what when it comes to these issues at the border, just look at the last 20 years and you can see how much people go back and forth on this stuff. They want, what they want is so reactive to you crafting the narrative, right? So it's like, we were just talking about amnesty for all these people and dreamers and stuff like that in 2020, in the primaries and stuff like that, And suddenly, because the Republicans just got to hammer on about a border crisis over and over and over again, even though nothing changed. Nothing. All we did was clamp down at the border more during Joe Biden's presidency. Nothing changed. And then suddenly it's the American people, 51% of people are on board with how Trump is handling deportations. It's yeah, because that's what they're told. That's what they're told on the news. You got to get a handle on this. So finally, it's been dipping down. And it's it's just kind of funny. Just be the American people are going to think what you tell them to think. It's but honestly, it kind of goes that way for some of these issues. Because, people only have so much time in the day to think about this stuff. And unless it's personally affecting them, you have to get a narrative of something where they can have something, they can have a personal story, something that'll tug at the heartstrings, or something that is easily grasped. If it's just some protester protesting that war that everyone hates in Gaza, and they got deported. It's oh, that's horrible. Boom. Easy to grasp. All right? Or it's just this guy, just because he had a tattoo, he had a tattoo of a puzzle piece for autism, so they thought it was a gang symbol, so they sent him to El Salvador. Easy to understand. You could be against that. Doesn't even have to be true, to be honest. But still, it is true. But it's so now you actually have them on their back feet, they're backpedaling. You have Stephen Miller having an aneurysm on Fox News constantly. This is what you need. And people like Chuck Schumer need to nut up and do something about this. You need to be... You're not in charge. You need to act like it, though. That really counts for something, in my opinion. I don't know. I'm just a constituent.
I feel I've been thinking a lot about the United States lately and Democrat, whatever. And the history of the United States of just capitulating to the right for the sake of, honestly, unity. The United States would be a couple different countries if things had gone a little bit different. And what it means in reality to give these concessions and move to the right, so then you can make your way back to the left and do that, and then be pulled again and be pulled again, because it is really
compromise.
The South should have just been able to secede, and then have an uprising, maybe, because then you're left with sort of these.
It could be Haiti.
And it'd be awesome. Yeah. I just been thinking a lot about that and what how that shows up in our politics, and yeah, just how far we've gone to the right, which I think is something that happens, that's been, this pattern where it's like after people gain some rights and then people really start doing well, then there's a backlash to it, okay?
Sure.
And then you start rebuilding and you keep doing that. And just in the end of another, where they're pushing it too far and there has to be a breaking point, instead of just like on the way to be pushed. Like you're saying, 15 years ago, whatever, we're talking about DACA, we're talking about, reasonable programs that are compassionate and actually, have like a truly, whatever, at least, like sort of a more balanced approach towards like helping people. And like, we know kind of broadly that immigration actually like is not a bad thing, it's like really, like it's not, the rhetoric is still, the right is the
Yeah,
right
it's
and
still
everything,
right-wing.
but like, I mean, they haven't been always just brazenly, to use a word,
Word of the day.
deporting people and sending them to supermax prisons.
Dang,
Like,
what's the word of the
it
day
has
drop?
been,
I haven't used any drops today. Sorry. I just
yeah,
realized
it
that.
just is like like the time, when the tensions are too, they're too strong. It's like you can't
Too
keep making
strong.
concessions. You're already, it's like whatever, for the sake of the unity of this gigantic country, I guess without some structural changes, this is how it has to be. You can make,
Well,
but there
there's your
has
caveat.
to be a point, and we should make it a lot closer. We shouldn't let it get quite this hard,
That's what she
quite this
said.
bad before we like push back. Yeah. But I mean, I would say, it'd be nice to be more progressive, but I've just been trying to have a realistic understanding of the United States and the cycles it has to break, after this generational trauma. So,
Use some
but
therapy
really,
speak on
actually,
our country. Yeah.
yeah,
That'd be
truly
a
though.
good TikTok channel, is like do the
Therapy for the United States.
yeah, use
Mhm.
that like real TikTok therapy speak, but just apply it. Oh man, libs would. Mwah.
Libs would lick it.
No, I mean, but some just unironically, and then you'd be like, calm down. This is supposed to be a joke. It's okay.
I'm not that funny.
Yeah. Yes, you are. We're all funny. We're all hilarious. Gav, Lil
Yeah.
Gav, would you be prepared to do
To rap something, freestyle something for us
right now?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
You know what?
I'm just gonna repeat that.
My
over and
name's
over.
Lil Gav, and I'm here to.
Here to say I can't rap. No way, no way.
You did a good job making a very easy follow through, not
Mhm.
fit well either.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, are you gonna do a 5-minute set with us? Do some stand up.
Do some
Mhm.
stand up. I could stand up
hmm
Oh,
for 5 minutes.
For 5 minutes. I've been
ableist
working on it.
much?
Yeah. Wow, Gavin.
Jeez.
Wow. I can't even believe.
Wow.
Do be standing.
Wow. Oh.
Nothing like a good New York slice.
I just need to play something. Gosh.
I don't take it for granted though, so
Okay.
Standing.
Don't take it.
Yeah.
Don't take it for granted.
Yeah.
I don't take it for granted.
So
Well then, yeah, I think stand-up comedy, that's something, that's right there in the name, stand-up. So if you really don't take it for granted, there's, I know a place in Seattle, they do it Friday, Saturday, Sunday nights. We should do some stand-up sometime. It's open mic.
Is this a serious invite? I could not. I
Mhm.
don't even know what.
yes.
I know.
I feel like the only way that I'm funny is like off of someone else. If that makes sense.
That's
That's most
someone
people are.
gives an
That's why
idea
stand up
and
seems
then
very hard.
Yeah, I know, yeah. And then you just take the idea and run with it way too hard, and that's the only method I have
Yeah.
that's funny.
Just run it into the ground. That's the way to
Yep,
go.
I could stand up there and be like, "Someone tell me a joke," and I'll
That's
spend the next 5 minutes ruining it.
that's crowd work. Yeah,
Boom, that's an opener right there.
that's really funny, Gavin.
Write that down.
I feel like that would be funny to be like an improv comic and be like asking for suggestions from the audience and then being really bad at it. That's like Tim Heidecker kind of like, on purpose, which
you
seems
gotta do
very
that right.
hard. But I could see that being fun if you
I thought you were gonna
were
say
quick
like
on your feet.
be like you
Yeah.
ask for suggestions and
funny.
then when they just yell out things, you're like, no, like give me a joke.
Yeah,
Like, I got nothing up here.
yeah,
I'm dying.
up here.
Yeah, do you know any jokes? I was trying to ask my Uber driver on the way over. The guy didn't speak very good English. I got nothing out of the guy. But hey, shout out to my Twitter friend at Daring Lucille for calling suspenders or saying that suspenders are a quote pants bra. I thought that was great. A pants bra.
Very cute.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So maybe if she's not gonna put that in her stand-up act, maybe write that down. But I was gonna. I wrote it down. Because I told Natalie the other day, so I was behind this truck. For one thing, they had these bumper stickers on them, and I told Natalie about this disgusting one.
Oh yeah.
These stupid Republican-ass bumper stickers. Of course, I live in a really red area. Man, I wonder what happened to I used to see this car every once in a while that had like the most insane shit in the back. It wasn't bumper stickers. They had a full-on like thing in their back window about Ilhan Omar and stuff, where I'm like, where are you from, dude? Like, what is your deal? Like, just straight
That's so
racist
funny.
shit, but
Hell yeah.
I would imagine it's just because they just like,
We hate all the Muslims because all of the Muslims are terrorists. We gotta hate the Muslims.
I would imagine that's where they're coming from with that.
Mm-hmm.
But the one, what was it, Natalie? It was if you can't feed them, don't breed them, which I thought was a horrific bumper sticker. I think that's just,
Vile.
yeah, it's a conservative way of thinking, but it's such a disgusting, vile way of putting
Wonder if
it.
they have any opinions on like contraception and like access to
abortions.
birth control
Yeah.
and stuff like that. Like,
Really gross. But they also had a sticker, trying to be funny, I guess, that said, "Don't steal. The government hates competition." Which I think I've seen that before.
That's so funny.
So
That's
clever.
hilarious.
But
I bet
I'm
people
like,
tell them they should do stand up.
but yeah, I'm like, I'm gonna put that in my set, dude.
they just bring out their folder with a bunch of
Yeah.
fucking bumper
No, they
stickers in
just
it. Like
walk-
this, and this one
No.
says
They just walk out with a tailgate
the only good
in their hand,
Muslim.
like, oh god, it's like 120 pounds. This is
Just
from my
bumpers. They
99
start bringing in
F-150.
different bump.
Yeah. This one's from the Dodge Ram.
That just get progressively more and more racist.
Yeah.
All right, no, that's funny. That's too funny. That's too much.
Each one starts with something like you almost agree with. You're like,
Yeah.
"Ooh, government." You're like, yeah.
Yeah.
And like, and this is why I think that.
Yeah,
Like, oh,
yeah. It's like
Okay.
Calvin
Bumper sticker.
peeing on the government. Okay, all right. I kind of get where you're coming from.
It's fine. Yeah. Like, well, black people are like, okay, that's a
Mhm.
interesting choice for a bumper sticker too, sir.
Yeah.
I
want people to know.
What I thought though was like, don't steal. The government hates competition. I was like, bro, your sticker doesn't make sense because isn't that a thing that you dislike about the government?
What did he say? Oh.
Don't steal
Mm-hmm.
because the government hates competition. So it hates competition.
Are you sticking up for the government?
So
right
yeah,
now?
it's like so it doesn't want. So do you want competition? I mean, the government.
He's got a lot of what he knows what he doesn't want.
He just.
That's for sure.
I just don't like that the government doesn't like competition. No, wait. I don't like that the government steals, but also
right.
don't steal.
I do want to be funny.
Yeah. It's like so the government hates competition. It's like, so, but are you encouraging competition? Because that would mean we should all be stealing, right? Because
I wouldn't be able to apply any logic to it.
that's all I was thinking the entire drive. I'm like, come on, dude. Let's apply some logic to your bumper sticker. I am a smart person right now.
Don't think about it. Don't think about it. Just read. Don't think.
Yeah. Just like, yeah.
Can't read them?
Yeah.
Don't breed them.
Don't breed them.
Can't breed them? Don't read them. Let's see. Conservative bumper. What else is going on? What's going on in the tech space, Lil Gav?
Anything new? Any updates?
Some fun stuff. A lot of good stuff, kind of.
Okay.
In some capacity. So let me see. How much do you guys know about Linux?
I know that it's an operating system.
There you go. That's a lot. That's more than
I know about Ubuntu is the user-friendly one.
Mm-hmm. Well, so PewDiePie, who I still think is like one of the most subscribed to channels on YouTube or something.
Oh, is he still?
Made a video recommending. I mean, I assume he's in like the top 10 or something. Probably filled with like a bunch of like company channels.
Okay, sure.
He's probably one of the
an
few
OG.
that's like an individual. Yeah. But he made a video called like I installed Linux and you should too. So a lot of people are pumped about that.
Really?
Including myself. Yep.
I thought about
because
doing that a long time ago.
Sorry, is Linux like some sort of like open source some sort of different situation? Yeah, okay. That's what I couldn't remember what was maybe the no stuff about it, but
Microsoft's been doing themselves a good job of making people want to stop using Windows as they continue to put more just shit inside of Windows. I don't know, like everyone's like, I'm not sure how I feel about AI, and Microsoft's like, what if your computer took screenshots of everything that you're doing at all times and we promise not to do anything with that? And they're like, no, I don't like that.
They're like, well,
it's for you. It's for you, so you could search in the search bar for that thing that you were doing an hour ago, and you could have a screenshot of what you did an hour ago.
You can't opt out. So,
well, you can right now, but we have no history of suddenly changing that with an update and not letting you know that has been changed.
Yeah, and by the way, we update every week or two.
And you will be forced to. Even if you said do not update, it will update while you're in the middle of a call with someone.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, God.
Not even a warning either.
Sure
your screen suddenly goes blue and you see the little circle start going.
Hey, Manifesto of Petty Grievances here.
Hey,
very small, very petty. Yeah. What's our where's a drop for that? Let's see.
Shut the hell up, bitch.
But
it's very cringe when you do that. Fucking stupid F word, bitch.
But that's Hassan Parker, by the way. But
I've heard that one recently. That's a creative one. A creative like when something's not creative enough that it becomes almost like when people try too hard. Sometimes the softer approach is like that one. Yeah,
I like
better.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
better than
like someone gets your
Suck
name
me from the
really
back.
wrong. You're just
yeah.
you're just like But when they get it like just a little off, it's weird.
Yeah.
A lot weirder.
Hassan Parker. Yeah.
Uncanny. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um.
No. So that's good news, and more users on anything that's not Microsoft is good, kind of for everyone to just get people away from the only operating system that essentially exists, unless you have money.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So, for my my MOPG with
Oh, yeah.
fucking Windows, one of the few little things that I enjoyed ever about Windows 11 was their fantastic photos that would, refresh when you open up your laptop or whatever, and you're on your lock screen, and you'd thumbs up. Let's see if it's on the video. You thumbs up if you liked it. It would show you more photos like that.
Does that?
And then thumbs down if you didn't like it. So mine were always certain things like these big epic landscapes or like things like that. I didn't have like, or if you thumbs up like animals, things like that's what would come up, in your lock screens or whatever. And then just one day, it was like, because it's like, great, we'll show you more like this. You thumbs up. Do you like this photo? We'll show you more like that. They would show me something I liked. I'd thumbs up. And then I'd log into my computer. Oh, Machu Picchu, thumbs up. I like it, yeah. And then one day after an update, thumbs up if you want to learn more about this. If you like this and want to learn more, thumbs up, so that we can open up the Edge browser and tell you about it.
Bing.
Yes, and Bing. Yes. It's like, that's not what I wanted. There was an option for that before that every once in a while I would use, where I'd be like, wow, I want to learn about that place in Iceland that it just showed me. Like, that's fucking cool. Tell me about that. Unfortunately, it's gonna open Bing in the Edge browser, whatever. It's like, okay, I get it. This stupid antitrust, Microsoft, horrific, stupid bullshit. But I can just copy this name and open it in Chrome. And it's like, now there's just no option just to keep it feeding my algorithm without like it opening up a browser as soon as I unlock my computer. I was very disappointed. I was really upset. And it's very
Make
That is
them
really
things
shitty.
just like, yeah, less fun. But, like, what a fun little thing. It's like,
Yeah.
we got to get those numbers up. We got to get people onto Edge. How about we do it like this? And it's like, I mean, I guess, but I just wanted to see pictures of places in the world that I'll never be able to see in real life. It's pretty cool.
Yes.
And just like be
And-
like, oh, that's cool.
And I liked,
pretty.
because whatever their base of photos is like, I don't know where their photo base is. It's like, you can't.
It's Bing and NASA.
Yeah, because you can't just like Google that place and find the exact same photo. Like, they have their copyrighted, like, that they're using in there, because they have just these stellar, just amazing pictures every once in a while. I'm like, wow, like, it's really cool. Try to find it again. It's like you find similar things, these some lake in Romania or whatever it is. I'd be like, wow, it's interesting, but you can't find the same picture that I just saw on my background, because that's Microsoft's thing that they have, And now, no, you want me to Bing it on, yeah. And I tried.
What were
I
you saying?
tried Microsoft. Go.
What were you
I was
going to
gonna
say?
say one little good thing about Bing is I believe I just double checked. I do have stuff on my network to block all ads, so it might not still be possible, but you used to at least be able to use Bing Video to just watch YouTube videos without ads.
Oh, really?
It would just
Nice.
they would ads do not populate in Bing Video.
Oh, so you go to like the
Oh,
videos
yeah.
tab and just play it from there. Oh, okay.
Yep. So it was a way to get ad-free YouTube.
Yeah, it was
That's
like
funny.
an accident on their part made it like worthwhile. It's like we did not try to do that.
Yeah. They're like, don't tell him. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's funny. I even tried to, it's like, you know what? I have a new PC. It's like, I'll just start from scratch. I'll just start using Edge. It's like, might as well. It's probably better than just using Chrome. It's built on the same thing as Chrome anyway. I'll just import everything over, just do it all on Edge, and it still pissed me off. I just stopped using it. I was like, it's just not right. It's not quite the same. I forget there were a couple of things that were still not working correctly for me that just weren't, that didn't import over or something. I was like, fine, fuck you. Nope, sorry, Microsoft. I'm going back to, like, I'm disabling this. I'm going back to Chrome. I'm going back to using way more RAM and having, when I have 8 tabs open at once or something. Too bad. That's why I got more RAM.
What I would recommend is to use Brave, the Brave browser, which is a more privacy focused.
Yeah.
It's basically everything that you want from Chrome, optimized better where it doesn't eat your processing power.
Really?
And then it's private.
Yeah, I've heard of that for privacy, and has a good ad blocking extension too, I think, right? Yeah.
It has built-in ad block. Kind of based marketing on them. When YouTube started doing their stuff to like show that they were going to like force people to see ads and like get rid of ad blockers and doing all this stuff to like remove ad blocking from YouTube, they bought ad space to say use Brave and ads will still be blocked. Like use Brave to not see this ad on YouTube.
Oh wow, that's funny.
Nice.
They have it built into their browser, and it's pretty good.
They're like, yeah, we're just rerouting everything through the Bing tab.
Yeah, we're keeping Microsoft afloat, honestly.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. They're like, I think we're the only ones using it. It's really fast. Yeah.
Yeah.
And not many people are using it.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, they're ballsy. Some would even say they're brave. So, I think
It's brave.
It's honestly, it's almost as cool as a Signals advertising campaign they did on Facebook.
I haven't seen it. I never see ads.
It got banned.
Besides Instagram.
They got banned from doing
Talking
it.
shit about
but
Facebook, like
they did Facebook ads on Facebook that like showed how much information Facebook actually had on users inside
Yeah.
of it, and was like, get off Facebook, use Signal. Like showing like down to like your what is it, like latitude, longitude, like the like likelihood that you are to like a specific type of coffee brand, what times you're best likely to be advertised the coffee brand, like a ton of stuff.
Yeah.
And they did that for like a day, and Facebook banned them.
Wow. They're like, yeah, Facebook says only we can do that.
Facebook said, don't show people how much information we actually have.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like, but we all already, I think anyways, people know that they do that. They just like don't fucking care, or like don't understand maybe like what it means. It's like there was like that huge
Cambridge Analytica.
Yeah, exactly. But a lot of people don't really know what that means, like the way that someone like Lil Gav would, where it's just like, no, that's like a big deal. Like how much they can just like, your stuff is out there, your stuff is really out there. And
I think the reason why they were so scared of it is because I think you're right that most people have like thrown their arms up and accepted like, oh yeah, my information, whatever. Who cares? Like so what? They know that I'm a fucking 32-year-old who likes cartoons. Like, oh, whatever. But I think like advertisements or ads like this that show people how blatant it is, it actually gives them the feeling of like how kind of gross it actually is when they're like, oh, I didn't know. Like, I understood the concept. It's similar just to like people who are like, yeah, I know what's happening in Gaza. That sucks. But then when they see something, it's like, oh,
Yeah.
well, I don't really want to see that anymore.
Yeah. Yeah. Being faced. Yeah. Knowing it's like the difference between saying, well, yeah, I already put on there that I like Marvel movies, and then them saying, no, we know where you sleep at night. Here it is. Like, feels a little bit different. What's funny,
and they're making money off of it too, just like selling your information. You're such like
you're the product.
You and what you all the things you like and all the things that are meaningful to you and stuff. It's like so like
commodified.
Ew, guys, what a yeah. Man, I really am just like ones and zeros when it all comes down to it. Am I right?
Yeah, they're like, literally.
I just looked it up, and for an example, the ads were targeted based on the information Facebook gave. So, like an example being, someone would see on their Facebook page, you got this ad because you're a goth barista and you're single. This ad used your location to see you're in Clinton Hill. You're either vegan or lactose intolerant, and you've been really feeling yoga lately.
Oh my God.
And like things like that. Like you got this ad because you're a certified public accountant and in an open relationship. And like more like, I think like a lot of people saw those and were like,
oh,
yeah. But what's funny, so we say that, but Sophia and I are finishing up. We're on the last season of Parks and Rec. And the last season, it's a little different. It's like that flash forward. It's kind of funny because it's like a flash forward to 2016. It's like, oh, poor Leslie. Nope, she doesn't know, but and the analog is Grizzle is the company, but it's Facebook pretty much.
Yeah.
And there's that whole back and forth with their data mining and using everyone's personal information to serve them ads and stuff like that. It's all of this. It's like what Facebook was doing and how people get upset about it once faced with like that info where they know everything about you and stuff. And this was like 2014 or something. And I mean, the problem is even back then, there's like this little, I just saw in an episode the other day, Ben Wyatt comes in and he says, you can't really make this argument that we just get to stop using your service. You're so ubiquitous that you're almost, you're verging on being a public utility at this point. Everyone has to use the internet and yada, yada, yada. And it's like, this was so long ago. Nothing's changed. It's like
the only thing that's changed is they have more.
Yeah.
Power.
They just got
they've entrenched even further
more
beyond.
info and make more money off of it.
They just took the shittiest one and took the CEO and put him in the White House next to Donald Trump, And
it's like back then was when we did need to be like, hey, this is a little weird. We should probably put some guardrails up. And then they said, what if we don't and just see what happens?
Yeah. Yeah. What if we put a turbo on it?
Yeah, I'm very passionate about this stuff.
Well,
there's a lot
privacy.
Of cool... It's just also like in my mind now I've reached the point where, well, one, I've kind of like I've fully I don't think I have any social media except for I think I have a Blue Sky account and then like a Mastodon account.
Forgot about Mastodon.
But I've removed all of my Google. I don't have any Google accounts, and I don't even have a YouTube account anymore. I deleted Facebook completely. I actually asked for all of my data to see what they actually had collected, and then put in a mail request for them to actually terminate it all, and then prove it because there's a tendency of some companies to say that they've deleted your data and then not do it.
Wow.
And then now it's more of just like, in the past, the trade-off was, we get your data, this is useful for us to like give you ads, and you get like a cool service.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, I'll take that trade. I don't have to pay money
Sure.
for
Free.
cool stuff. And then now it's like, there isn't the positive trade-off. It's
True.
like, you get this thing that makes you absolutely miserable. We steal your data information, and I'm slowly, progressively trying to get even more information, because you're under the assumption it's like, they know what I'm watching on YouTube. That's it, right?
Yeah.
And then like it's more than that. It's like information about your computer on it. If it's running in the background, they can see applications that you're running when you're running them. Like the amount of information that they're
Where
actually
you're
gathering
going in the world.
Where you're going, because when you opened YouTube, did you say you can use precise location for your phone? Oops.
Yeah.
That's why you're getting targeted advertisements about like the sweet greens that you're next to.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yep. Yeah, they made a joke on on that Parks and Rec where it was like, yeah, we can know that and if you're feeling bad because I think there was even a joke because we're tracking we know that if it's that time of the month or something, then we can put you towards the nearest coffee shop for a frappuccino or something. Or if your favorite show just wrapped up, because we know you're interested in this, we could point you to a group thing at the coffee shop around the corner for this. It's like, so what? It's just an app to like point you to coffee shops? It's like, yeah, pretty much. We're doing it in conjunction with Starbucks. It's like, really, really funny. Yeah. But yeah. So then shout out to Brave Browser. Okay. And then
it should have been Brazen Browser.
Brazen Browser. Yep.
There
word of the
are
day.
other options.
Yeah.
Word of the day.
There are other options
noise.
if you want to go even further beyond. But like Brave is one that I think like every person could use, because it's just Google, but more private.
Yeah. Yeah, it's one that I've definitely heard of.
But it's actually through Amazon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You do have to have an Amazon account. No.
I do say that because
it's on.
I do say that because it still has its issues, as anything in the entire world does. Like the CEO, I've looked into him a bit, and I mean, he's a CEO. He seems kind of like a fucking little piece of shit. But like,
yeah,
it's not like Google isn't also a piece of shit. So
God.
like, at least use something that
Choose
respects your
monster,
privacy a bit more. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've become huge into just anything open source and I think I've basically become like a little tech communist, that I want to, in every aspect I can, I try and use open source options. Because one, I think it's cool that the transparency is there. Any changes that's made, you can see and look at it. That doesn't matter to 98% of the population, because they'll just look at it and be like, what the fuck is all this shit? But it's cool that it's there. So other people who do know what's going on could be like, hey, they added in something to track where your location is. And you could go, oh, I don't like that.
Yeah.
And then the other cool thing is, because it's open source, if that happens, and this happens frequently, people can go, oh, I don't like that. I'm going to take it from before that was added, and we're going to develop it this way.
Yeah.
And then people just go, oh, I'm going to use that instead. Where currently it's like, Google's doing these awful things, and you're like, I don't like that.
Too bad.
And they're like, yeah, well, what are you going to do about it? You could use Bing.
That's exactly right. That's what I was
saying. Don't tell me you're going to use Bing. Like a fucking
this guy's
loser.
Bing.
Yeah.
There's no democracy in an oligarchy or a capitalist or whatever. It's like, we have it. They can say all they want. We'd pay with your dollar and all this kind of bullshit. But we have no choice in what they decide to do. I just watched a rant about how the
I love Karl Marx.
Smoothing. Yeah, exactly. The smoothing effect that they do to movies and stuff, and it comes installed on TVs, and you have to change the setting, and it looks like shit and all this kind of stuff. And it's like, who fucking asked for this? And we keep hating it, and you keep making it harder to turn off. Like, what the fuck are you doing this for? And we have like stupid annoyances like that. It's like, but there is no democracy in this. It's
for a reason.
Whatever they put out. They update something. They take away the fact that I can't press the time and it brings up my alarm, my clock thing. It's like, that was so incredibly handy for me. I use it all the time. Why'd you take that away? Put that back. I like that. And they just do whatever choices. Now you have to click to go look at the picture. It's like, I liked it before. I don't want, when I hold down my power button, for the AI to come up and not for me to be able to turn it off like that. So fucking annoying. When I Google Pixel, their update, if I hold down the power button, it used to be like that's how you turn it off. It has your options to like restart or whatever. Now that's AI, and you have to press the power button and the top volume button to get that little menu.
You
just have
to.
And I was like,
done.
What the fuck? I still have an update I haven't done, so maybe that changes. But I just am like, I'm not updating it. I just keep swiping it away. But stupid. There is no democracy in this. They don't care what we want. They just want to do what they want. And they're stupid. They don't even use their own products.
The fact that we finally got USB Type-C across all mobile devices was like a win for humanity. Really kind of shows
God damn it. God bless the European Union for
it's like that.
We can't fucking do that. We got to give it to the Euros.
I mean, we as in like the human race. Like the fact that that's like a win just shows like it's like, man, we got it bad. This is not good. Yeah, but well, let's wrap it up. I didn't mean to press that, but wow, that was good. That was a good Natalie impression. Little Gav.
I've been working on it. Yeah.
For the people that don't watch the video, that was that was Little Gav. Natalie does this impression really well. That was good. But
thank you. Been working on it.
But here, I have my Dr. Phil impression that I've been working on.
Let's go.
Let's see.
Let's freaking go.
Which one are you gonna say? Let's see. Ready?
I was hoping that you would have just okay.
Ready?
You're gonna say.
I'm about to
say
You're
it.
ugly. You're disgusting. I'm gonna kill you.
Wow, that was just like
incredible.
That was just
I know it almost sounded like it was like from the show.
Okay,
almost.
Lean into.
Yeah, you like have.
Now you lean into your microphone a little bit more. Okay, ready?
I hope you get ass cancer and die, you son of a bitch.
That was good. That was really good.
Whoa, look, Gab.
Where was that one from? He was really close to he actually was really close to
from your soul. Yeah.
I think that one, because that's not on the show. That's when he was on Joe Rogan or something like that.
Oh, okay. That makes more sense, actually.
But, at the end of the day, we say...
Bitches leave.
And,
respectfully.
Yes. Respectfully.
Get out of here.
You get out of here! Get out of here!
Tim,
this
this is a legend.
Get him out of here! Get him out of here!
I got his mic.
You get him out of here now! Get him out!
Yep.
You ruined the show. You ruined the whole show. You gonna take that knife out? Get him out.
Yeah.
Get him out.
Okay.
Cut the feed. Okay. Shout out to all of our listeners.
Shout out to Arm Brown.
Arm Brown, our Lord and Savior.
Thanks, Kevin.
Thank you.
Okay, love you. Bye.
All right, bye.
Bye, guys.